Welcome back to That So Vegas. I need stick around because everybody wants to hear a little bit more from Marianne. Not a little bit more. I want to hear a lot more. I want to hear about the wonderful entertainers that you got to rub elbows with. We were talking a bit about your background and you and your little, I'm going to partner in crime here.
Yay!
Janine Marie
That's
have
right.
crafted a really funny Broadway type show, and it's 50 pounds from stardom. Anybody can assume whatever they want from that, but you get it, we get it. And that will be playing, it's October 30th at the Starbright Theater.
That's right.
Out in Summerlin. And
That's
that
right.
information will scroll at the bottom of the screen, so we don't
Great.
have to dwell on that too much.
Great.
So back to, you're here in Vegas and how you met Janine. You were telling a little bit about your husband's a famous, well-loved Whitney Phoenix at the Bellagio.
Right.
I even have a CD.
Yes,
Didn't
and
know
he
was
is
your
well
husband.
loved. Trust
Yes,
me on that.
You go, girl.
Yeah, I'm just
Love
going to
it.
tell it like it is.
Okay, please do.
Yeah, so back to Janine and I. About 2.5 years ago, we went to see a fellow performer, Renee Hill. We love her, love her, love her, love her. She was singing at the Italian American Club.
Oh, yay.
Janine had come back into town. She was out of town for about 1.5 years or so after a couple of surgeries that she had.
Boy, you
And,
had the car wreck and she had the surgery.
yeah, I had a car wreck. She got 2 new hips, and we're good to go.
The show goes on.
Yeah, the show goes on. The show must go on. And Whitney and I came down to the IAC to see Renee and have some fun. And Renee invited me up to sing. Whitney came up, played the piano. I was done singing, came back to the table. Janine Marie said to me, I didn't know you could sing like that.
Wow.
And I was pretty much saying, well, thank you so much. I was thinking, oh my God, Janine Marie, she likes my singing. Okay. So then we just got to know each other more. And then about 3 days later, another singer friend of ours, who we also adore, Ronnie Fabre, who's been around forever, she and Janine did a 3-way phone call, called me, and Janine said to me, hi, this is Janine Marie, and I just wanted to know if maybe you wanted to sing in a show with me. And of course I was,
May I?
yeah, okay, sure. And then when that conversation was over, I hung up the phone and told Whitney, oh man, I got to brush on my chops and I got to do it now,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's taken off from there. Ronnie, Janine, and myself, and another entertainer in town, Victor Moet. We did a show just about 2 years ago, and then Victor is faithful to his Night Kings. He went his direction. Ronnie is sought after vocal coach here in Las Vegas. She was really busy, so Janine and I said, well, it's us. What are we going to do? You know, so we were sitting and talking about it and laughing and joking about our age and our weight and everything that we've tried to do for all these decades.
Right.
And jokingly, we don't really know which one of us came up with it, but Whitney was in the conversation, and we laughed and we said, we'll just name the show 50 Pounds from Stardom. And then we all went,
That's it.
write that down.
Yes, yeah.
And here we are.
Right. And it's just a really catchy title that anybody
Yeah,
can relate
we
to.
get a giggle out of it every
I bet
time.
you do, and you also get a giggle out of some of the way that you, and having viewed your clip, just the rewrite of the lyrics is hysterical.
Right.
It shows that
Parodies.
you really, parodies really fun, and it shows that you do understand the issues women are up against, you know, the complexities
Absolutely.
of growing old and stuff like that.
That's right.
And
And no offense to our men in show business, but they can get bald and fat and they're still working.
I know, and gray
You know,
hair and all those
and
other horrible things.
Yeah, all those things. And
yeah.
we love them and we really like their talent, but give us a break.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
kind
It's
of
bad
thing.
enough we have to give it the bikinis and everything else.
Oh,
but
yes, indeed.
yeah.
Oh, I still wear my bikini all the time.
In the privacy of
Really, in my dreams.
right.
Yeah.
And is that primarily a little bit on the break we talked about though before the break? You worked with Debbie Reynolds,
Right.
And you knew her
Right.
when she was opening. Well, it's gone now. The Debbie Reynolds,
Right,
little,
that's another imploded place.
yes, because they all implode.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
explode,
yeah.
they implode.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've rubbed elbows with some of the greatest. I mean, like, what were you saying?
Well, I was there for Debbie's, I believe it was her 61st birthday.
Oh, wow.
And my chair at the table was I sat down at my chair at the table. I was next to Debbie, and I looked over at the name tag next to mine, and it said Charlton Heston. And so at that point, I was already starting to shake, like, is this really going to happen? Oh my God, I'm going to be Moses, or whatever. I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
That would have been.
He's going to part the Red Sea. I'm going to be a star. Everything's going to be great. I just can't wait for this. And then across from me came Donald O'Connor. He sat down, and Anne, I can't think of her name is escaping me, but the dancer who can kick her legs clear up to the heavens.
Margaret?
I don't know.
I'm not the one to ask.
The brunette. But
okay.
Anyway, they were there. I was there. Debbie was, of course, at the head of the table. She was the guest of honor for her birthday. Mm-hmm. And that is that hotel is where I just kind of sat in awe with all these great MGM stars from way back in the day. Mm-hmm. And that's where I met my husband, because Joe Darrow, another wonderful musician, he was playing the piano for Debbie and myself in the lounge area of the hotel that she was putting together there. Right. And the old paddle wheel, I think it was, or something like that.
Exactly.
Something like that.
It's all coming back.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to do a gig that I had at the Desert Inn. Another imploded. Yes. And I asked Joe, I need somebody to write my charts. And he said, I know just the guy. His name is Whitney Phoenix. And all I said was, is that his real name?
Well.
And that was the end of that. And he came and met me, and I hired him to write my charts. And a year later, I married him.
Wow, that's awesome. A little love story going on there. Debbie Reynolds was a charming woman. I had the pleasure of meeting her many years ago, even before I ever got into media. I mean, she was always just...
Lots of fun.
Yeah, lots of fun and real. I want to use that word, lots of fun and real. So, now tell us a little bit more. Who's the choreographer?
Well, here's the deal, Lucille.
Okay.
We're operating on a real thin, slim budget, like most of us in showbiz.
Yeah. So
Janine and I have done the majority of the choreographing and all of the parody writing.
Oh, great.
And we do a lot of serious songs in the show, too. So we've mixed it up to really give you a variety of everything from the 40s music all the way to almost current times. No rap. We haven't mastered the rap yet.
Yeah, but you can twerk.
Yeah, I can twerk.
Okay,
so this is something you don't want to miss. And
it's a little sleuth
It's
rap.
wonderful. So what we do is...
is there a theme
Well, there's a theme, and the theme is love, laughter, and fun. Mm-hmm. And we have a variety of material that is just over the top. Yeah. I have to just kind of brag
please
on
do.
Myself right now,
yeah.
because we both have worked our tails off. Not literally. But
maybe
anyway.
that was between us.
Right.
I was going to say, too, how close do you feel that you ever came to that? To that breaking into the stardom thing. It must have been kind of heartbreaking.
It was. What happened was, in my case, was major stars interested in polishing my talent, and me not having enough experience and business savvy to realize who I was hanging out with, and be able to get myself up to the next level. So it was never the right time, but now in this season of my life and in this season of Janine's life, it's definitely our time. Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that. It is. And between the two of you, you have the wit and the will and the and the humor, and
right.
And you both have an interesting correlation there, where you were in an accident, she had hip thing. Maybe there was a reason why everything was kind of shelved for her.
And our paths crossed over the past 30 years, but neither one of us knew it.
Yeah.
We never connected.
So it's okay to begin life again.
Absolutely.
After the kids are grown. And
that's right.
And the explosions take place.
Oh, yes, indeed. And we both just have discovered, like most of us do, when we cross over that we want to be somebody else threshold, right?
Right.
We discover that being happy
and healthy
is all that matters. And when you're happy, everybody else is happy. So we just make them laugh, and then we surprise them all and sing our socks off.
And you have actually done, as you mentioned earlier, you have done some coaching, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. On was it more like a professional level? It wasn't for necessarily the music or anything. It was life coaching.
Life coaching.
Oh, good.
As an inspirational speaker, and I traveled around, and mostly in church groups for women.
Okay.
And retreats and things like that, to tell my story of mistakes, and then
Redemption.
redemption, literal resurrection, and starting from scratch again. So
Got to finish. We come back to that. A quick shout out to the Red Roof Inn. They're pet friendly, free Wi-Fi, continental breakfast for guests. We'll be right back. Don't go away. It's only 5 minutes.